So just keep attaching these hall phase phase wires, not hall sensors. This is your hall sensor, the yellow one. And you may need to tape these connections when you go to put it on, because they might pull out since they are silicone originally. Essentially, you just plug everything together. This guy pin goes down. It's probably the hardest one to get in there, the phase. Sorry too, I had to take a second to clean myself and put some gloves on to get all those in there. This is probably the trickiest part, is getting these wires into this case as you're pushing it on. It doesn't seem too bad, but you want to check the gasket all around, make sure you're not crushing any wires. That went on pretty easily, so I'm going to assume it's okay. And while you're holding it, you take one of your 3mm Allens. Oopsies. Take another one of your 3mm Allens. If I can get it, I'll try and do this with one hand. There you go. You just start one of the holes. Hope you can find it. You don't need to tighten it all the way. I like to get all three in there before tightening them. Make sure all the holes are lined up. There's one. Don't mind the door sound. That's just FedEx coming in. Get your last one in there. There we are. Tighten them all down. They don't need to be super tight. Probably like 2 pounds each one. A little bit less. Because the last thing you want to do is strip out the mounting holes. That looks in there pretty good. And this is the other tricky part, I would say. It's not as tasking as trying to be nice to all the wires, but it's still kind of difficult, is getting all these wires back into the motor case. This one, there's a hole underneath the frame that you can slide a couple of the wires through. It's really more up to personal preference on how you want to set up the wiring harness. But these guys have little arrows on them. It's kind of hard for you to see, but it's right on there, so you don't misplug anything. And then, since this is the thickest one, I'm going to put it in first. Kind of just crush them in there. Then I might do the same with the battery box. When you do this too, make sure the battery's out, so just in case if you touch negative and positive, they don't go haywire on you. See if we can't get these wires through here. Looks like we might be able to. Yep. And then take the other set. I'm just gonna go around the motor. Oops. Got one. There's a negative. There she is. And pretty obvious, positive, positive. Negative, negative. You tuck those away. I would suggest taping them up, just to add a little bit extra durability. And the last one is the speed sensor. You can only plug in one way. So you just give it a couple turns until it pops into place. Tighten her up. Put the wires inside the motor. I like to kind of wrap them around the casing, just like that. And then take your little plastic cover plate, put that back on there, put all the Phillips heads back into their spots. And the last step will be to put your cover back on. That will go like that. And you can give these wires an additional tug just to make sure that they're up and in there. And get that cover plate on there, but essentially that's all you need to do to replace a Yosh controller.